You can see that picture well enough. New Georgia immigration law produces more fear than effect. Arizona enforces harsh immigration law. And after ruling, hundreds flee in Alabama town. What I think these laws are doing is they're going to have the opposite effect. In an Alabama town, 5% of the students did not show up for school on the day that this law was enacted. 10% of migrant workers in the farms did not show up for work. What the laws are going to do is show the need we have for not only replenishing our population, but also our future workforce. We need to realize we are the future workforce in this country. I just want to show you a quick clip. I hope you can see it. From a CNN report. And Jay, go ahead. Okay.
Can you take some of the lights?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Where's the sound? It's there with no sound. I think the lights went up. It's okay. I just wanted you to hear their stories, but that's all right. Okay, louder. Any louder?
Hook up the mic, yeah.
No, it's okay. The good part's coming up.
¿Cuántas personas se fueron por la ley de responsability? How many people of you left because of this new law? ¿Por qué este estado? Why did you come to Mexico? Why this state?
Toda la persona que viene huyendo después del terrorismo del estado de Arizona, que viene recibir aquí con mucho, tenemos una creo que dice como bienvenidos gente de Arizona.
Families of recent arrivals. They told me it was the first time in more than a year they smiled at them. And a sheriff's car drove by without a second glance. You look at things.
It's okay, Jay, thank you.
Nothing. I don't know nothing. Never in my life. Sandra Sullivan is a legal resident whose adult daughter is undocumented. She recently moved to Albuquerque. She says the fear in Arizona.
Can you go back to the PowerPoint? Thank you. All right. I think what I just said about power in numbers and power in the electorate is part of the reason why we're having these harsh immigration laws coming around, and also for us to recognize that the anti-immigration efforts, these anti-immigration efforts are targeted to Latinos. It is prejudicial, it is discriminatory, and now it is going close to illegal actions against Latinos. So, with all of these factors affecting our community, we must have every social worker to be culturally and linguistically competent to work with our Latino communities. We cannot do it alone as Latino social workers. We have to all join together. And I believe that that's the purpose of a conference like this, is for all of us to recognize the importance of working together to change these situations. And if we want immigration justice, then we must become immigration specialists. I started to Google, and I found 80 Google pages just on the word immigration. There is so much knowledge that you can acquire. ACS on their website has a number of resources to assist child welfare workers in understanding immigration laws and procedures. Have to put in a plug for Yeshiva University's Cardozo Law School. We have an immigration justice clinic. They only take on the most desperate cases of people who are about to be deported from the United States. If we want economic justice, then we need to acquire economic literacy. And I am very happy to announce that a project through the New York Community Trust is now available to everybody. You can go on this website, you can type in the password EchoLit 2011, and you have access to one of the most fascinating and incredible curriculums on economic literacy or financial literacy. And I think it's a wonderful resource for every social worker. I know Hunter is using it. Wurzweiler will have an elective in the spring using this curriculum, but it's really hands-on. You can go in yourselves and use it. You don't have to wait for a course. If we want healthy mental health and mental health parity, Juan Ramos just sent me an email last week on slow progress in dealing with health disparities. We've made some progress, but we still need ongoing advocacy efforts. Resources, we need community-based services, practice models that fit with diverse Latino populations. We do need to think about what works best with the Latino community. Is it evidence-based practice? Are they relational models? Are they narrative therapies? What works best? And we need increased numbers of diverse health care providers. One of the reasons parents do not pursue mental health services or health services is they do not find anyone that speaks Spanish or is Latino in a particular agency or setting, and they won't go. We need Hispanics in comparison to other ethnic groups and non-Hispanics, whites, present with higher levels of prevalence rates in the area of major depression, other mood disorders, and cognitive impairments. We're in disproportionate need of mental health services, and we are still not utilizing or seeking out mental health services. Another recent statistic is that as Latinos acculturate to the United States, their mental health problems increase. They don't decrease with acculturation, as everyone would like us to believe. So we have a tremendous amount of needs for our community, and I think I would like to mention two initiatives that will be discussed throughout this conference, and I think you should know more about them. Oh, healthy Latino families, I'm sorry. We need to reduce the overrepresentation of Latino children in child welfare. We are all aware that we are disproportionately represented in the child welfare system. That needs to change. We need to raise the minimum wage. We need to increase the number of daycare and senior citizen centers. We need to health insurance for every family. And we need to go back to some of the very basics of Charlotte Toll, common human needs, food, clothing, and shelter. So many people, particularly Latino community, are in need of those services. So I want you to know about the Social Work Reinvestment Initiative. This is in Congress. It's a bill that we hope will be passed. It's a collaborative effort of leading social work organizations, NASW, as well as congressional leaders. And it's to secure federal and state investments in social work, to recruit, to train, to retain, and research that will strengthen the profession, the social work profession, and communities it serves. This initiative is now being led by our own Congressman Ed Towns, and its goals are to protect children from abuse and neglect, to help returning veterans, to lower high school dropout rates, to help the chronically ill, disabled, or aged, to treat those suffering from mental disorders, and to provide frontline practice research that's necessary to address social issues. I am proud that our New York Congressman is leading this effort and that he has established a Congressional Social Work Caucus. Jose Serrano is on there, as is Charlie Rangel and many New York congressmen. We have a voice in the Congress of the United States. and we need to use it. You can Google either Social Work Reinvestment Initiative, or you can Google Congressional Social Work Caucus, and you will find more information about all these initiatives. So, I also have to tell you that I just discovered we've been spelling palante wrong for the last 10 years. So, the correct spelling, because it means para adelante. And we put the apostrophe after the P instead of after the A. So, palante, we can secure economic justice. We can secure immigration justice. We can get health care parity. And we can have healthy Latino families. And we will do it through strong social work leadership. In my heart, I know we can do this. Palante. I hope I've set the tone, and now I'd like to invite our panelists, and yes, the lights can come back on. I'd like to invite our panelists to come up and take their seats. And we will have a chance to hear from a number of different perspectives.